Alright, I am back with a new vid. Still working on some ideas for my next film. So in the meantime, I'm going to have to put out a drawing video. A lot's happened since last posted, but first of all, I wanted to thank everybody for the subscriptions. This is a celebration. I've got 100 subscribers. Seemingly most of them coming from the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man video. I appreciate that. It's really awesome. So I wanted to put out a video as kind of like a thank you. This might be a two-parter. Oh, going out of focus here. And what I'll be doing today is, since I heard about the bad news of the diagnosis of Bruce aphasia or something like that, it's been really heartbreaking, and not just because of Bruce's career being on a possible permanent pause, but I hope not. But the man himself and how tough that is just to operate in real life, it's tough. So I think what I'm going to do is do a drawing of Bruce from top, not from the top of my head, but from using that right there picture, and from one of my favorite movies by him, The Last Boy Scout. And let's go into it. Let's see here. I've been a big fan of Bruce over the years, and of course I got into watching him through Moonlighting, and remember the movie Blind Date. I think that was during Moonlighting or before it. After it, I think it was either before or during it. His run on Moonlighting. Then, of course, Die Hard, which everyone thought was going to be probably not that great, which seemed almost like a fluke. Then he repeated that awesomeness of Die Hard 2, which I like a lot. Watched many times. And nothing but love for the guy. I know the past few years, I think we were all kind of in the dark. And I've been thinking a lot too lately before this, like, what's going on? What's going on with him? Something didn't seem right. And it sucks. It sucks, but this is what life is. Sometimes it really sucks. And the man's inspired me to act, several times, and to inspire me to write. And if you haven't listened to my podcast on the Ham Palace, go to hambo.podbean.com and check out my latest on the whole situation, and how he's inspired me over the years. So I'm keeping this kind of fast and loose. I don't expect this to be a perfect drawing of him, but I just want to I want to get back to drawing a little bit more again. And this excuses like this help me do it. And of course, Bruce made a special cameo appearance in my comic, my second comic of Rage. At least his likeness, and actually his character Joe, it's in there. Now, the thing about this is that I can already tell, based on how I drew the eyes, that he's a little out of proportion with his chin and his length of his face. So I'm going to have to adjust that. I mean, it works as like a cartoon caricature here, but I can already tell the proportions aren't quite right. But that's okay because I'm drawing light. Yeah, his chin's way too big. Got to dial it back there. So, because I'm drawing it light, I can bring that chin up. And actually this whole, his neck and everything needs to be brought up a little bit too. Yeah, I just, I wanted to say thanks for subscribing, all you new people. Leave a comment about what kind of videos you might want to see as far as drawing or things discussed on the podcast as far as entertainment goes. Again, I'm a big action movie guy and into comics as well. I try to stick to those two topics because I know those reasonably well. Although I am behind on a lot of movies these days. It's unfortunate. There are some good movies, but I just have not had the time, due to the work reasons, to watch as many movies as I want. Plus, I'm constantly working on things. So that's a little bit better. Let's see here. This might be... might be a little too much on that slant, but it's okay. I'm going to go with it. I didn't even know about the cognitive I don't know what you call it, condition, until it was brought up. I didn't even know about it. For a second, when I saw the Instagram post, it said I thought it meant alopecia or whatever, which was the Jada thing. That's what she has, because the name sounded similar, and I'm like, well, Bruce has been losing his hair for a while, but it's just too similar in how the words are. See, I'm darkening this, and the words are, because I'm a little bit more confident in the shape of his eyebrows here. So a lot of this, the realistic drawing, is something that you have to kind of, this comes really from experience, from years of drawing. Still photos, and just drawing in general. So I don't expect anybody to emulate this, and or to learn something doing this overnight. Although drawing from still photos is still great practice, even if you end up screwing up a little bit, that's okay. You know, this isn't going to be perfect. I don't think there's a perfect drawing out there. There's drawings that I think people just decide to be, that's good enough. I think things can probably always be improved upon. Okay. So that's pretty good. Again, I'll raise the t-shirt up a bit. Maybe I'll connect it. And I'll erase this. I'm going to shade that in anyway because that's his 5 o'clock shadow. So everything is pretty much in place. This here I can darken in whenever. Key is always in the eyes. So let's see what we can do here. And where his eyes are, his pupils are centered. It's definitely where he's looking. If you haven't seen The Last Boy Scout, I highly encourage you to watch that movie. It's fantastic. Definitely an underrated movie. It's the first, I think, $1 million screenplay in Hollywood or something like that. Shane Black wrote it. Very witty, very fun, good dialogue. Again, I don't think we'll, you know, he's definitely one of a kind. Okay, it's like Mel Gibson, one of a kind. Yeah. I always wanted this movie to get a sequel because I thought the characters were strong enough to warrant one. You know, like a Lethal Weapon. Plus, the writing was just great. I mean, if Shane Black stayed on it and gave us another sequel, and of course Tony Scott, his awesome direction. I mean, it was awesome. It was awesome. So this is a big thing. The space between the eyebrows is something you really got to pay attention on. And I think I might have made it too wide. I notice my sketching, my shading, is not like charcoal shading. I don't do that kind of thing. But kudos to people that do it. They make their stuff look fantastic, or they do the side shading like that. I don't do it like that. All right, that's part one. I kind of wanted to get that out there. and show you the process. Getting the likeness down is always tricky. I think I might have to work a little bit more on the eyes. And but might be getting there. Might be getting there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And like I said, this is the Hodgepodge channel. Film. I make movies. I do comics. I do podcasts. A little bit of stand-up comedy. And thanks to the new subscribers. Appreciate that, guys. Keep subscribing. Keep watching. I'll keep making them. Well, I'll make them regardless, but especially then.